Whether you're an experienced Dungeons & Dragons player with years of campaigns under your belt, or you're just entering the D&D community, the official rule set published by Wizards of the Coast cannot hope to encompass all of the mechanics and flavour of your dream character build. Fortunately, homebrew content exists by the thousands, and as a homebrew creator myself, this week I will be contributing one homebrew subclass, the Bloodborn Sorcerous origin. This is the second week of Struthless's Alphabet Superset project, Week B. Each week for 26 weeks, I'll be creating a digital painting of a character from my setting whose name starts with the corresponding letter, all while publishing homebrew classes and subclasses that those characters mechanically use in my games. Disease, hemomancy, dark hemocraft, vampirism. All potential reasons for your Bloodborne powers. Were you the subject of hemomantic experiments? Or perhaps are you the heir to a darker lineage, a family passing down an incurable infection through the generations? Were you bitten by a vampire? Were you a spawn, or even someone killed by a vampire, later raised from the grave? These are a few reasons why you might have been blessed, or cursed, with the powers of hemocraft. As a Bloodborne sorcerer, you draw strength from your most liquid resource, blood. You gain the ability to alter the flow of vitality, heal wounds, and expand your arcane versatility. Bloodborne sorcerers are potent casters, but will you survive your casting? This week's character is a Bloodborne sorcerer named Bloody Bone. He exists in my Elderville campaign narrative, a physically miniature, magically enhanced gothic horror story. He is a non-player character under the employ of a Victorian equivalent to a mafia boss, if said mafia boss dwelt in a heavily fortified library and dealt in rare literature. Like all Bloodborne, Bone manifested some hemomantic traits in his physiology. In the subclass document, linked below, there's a table that you can roll on or choose from to identify some physiological traits inherent to your character. Bloody Bone, for his part, possesses a deathly pallor and is cold to the touch. His wounds also heal at an extraordinary rate, though this has no effect on mechanical healing. Also common to all Bloodborne, Bone gains access to a table of subclass specific spells. Similar to the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, you always have these spells, and can switch spells from the list with other evocation or necromancy spells from the Cleric, Sorcerer, or Wizard spell list. This table includes some homebrew spells of my own. Some notable ones are Selfless Giver and Stitch Sturban. There are 3 sub-archetypes for the subclass, Bloodborne variants that grant features at 1st and 6th level. There's the Hunter, the Healer, and the Harmer, all demonstrating the variation inherent to all hemocraft. Bone is a Hunter, and reflavors his natural weapon as his iconic short sword. Bloody Bone was an NPC for my Elderville campaign before I even wrote the subclass. He debuted Metamagic Sanguinity by disintegrating his arm in order to extend the reach of a locate creature spell, then regenerated the destroyed limb. He's young, in his early 20s, and is only in the service of his criminal overlord, Madame Deck's dog, because she has his sister, Blatant Falsehood, captured and sequestered in an undisclosed location. He is the heir to a long line of infected spellcasters, and only begrudgingly lends his hunting prowess to Madame Deck's dog. As a citizen of Elderville, Bone wears elegant formal clothing, and shields himself from astral radiation with a wide-brimmed wizard hat tipped with a bell that only rings when his prey are near. The Bloodborne Sorcerous origin is now available at my website, findingmason.com, linked below. I would be honoured if you took a look at the homebrew content therein, and look forward to next week, where we'll be exploring the Luck Domain Cleric and the Goblin Performer, Chagrin.